I feel the need to mention and commentate on this. And, you know, the first thing I did was post how I made t-shirts because I thought, what would Trump do in this situation? And, well, make money. Jeez. And, you know, not to be one of those people that was like, yeah, I liked him before it was cool. But no, I liked him when it was cool to like him. Like back in 2004, 2010, you know, when he was Mr. Celebrity on the internet. And I definitely, yeah, like I was the guy that didn't give a fuck. And when he first started running in 2015, I would post about it all the time on Facebook, and no one liked my comments. And then slowly some people came around and started to like him. Everyone thought it was a joke when he started to run. Everyone thought it was ridiculous. Everyone thought it would never happen. And then when he fucking won, it was the most inspirational thing ever because it was like the most underdog thing. Just letting these horses pass. Hello there, neighbor. All types of vehicles out here. And then so when he won, like fuck, it was one of the most inspirational moments. Like I was so motivated about life, and like I always looked up to that guy when I was younger. I read his books, and I always told people, I was like, man, in the Art of the Deal, like he basically kind of bragged a lot, and good for him, like being like, yeah, and then they said I couldn't do this thing and I did this thing, and he had all these examples, and it's like, oh, now this is like chapter 14 of the Art of the Deal, where they're basically like they're saying he can't do this, and everyone laughed and he did it, and that was 8 years ago. And like, yeah, if you wanted me to, I'm not that religious, but if there is a God out there, that was divine intervention. That was absolutely 100% divine intervention. The fact that he turned his head and saved his life, and like, you know what? I find it's heroic that, you know, that fire, I can't remember his name right now, and I'll post his name in the description below, but that firefighter that died protecting his family, that guy's a fucking man. And if I go out, I would love to go out protecting my family that I love. And I'm really happy, I was happy to hear that President Trump was talking to his wife, his widow, and, you know, and there's something about Trump right now, he's got this humble glow, and like he was always known as being a guy that wasn't humble, and now he has this glow of humbleness upon him. And I think this could be a really good opportunity to unite the country, because I think anyone that is religious at all sees this as divine intervention. And yes, of course, I thought this was a good shirt to wear for it. I'm Canadian, by the way. I live in Winnipeg, and I've always looked up to Trump, and it made me, and like, honestly, I worked on film sets when I was younger, and when he was running, and I was the guy that was opening my mouth and be like, no, I fucking love this guy, he's awesome, he's not racist, fuck that shit, and I've always seen him as a guy against, like, the deep state, the establishment, the guy, you know, the rogue billionaire that went against the club, and he just wants to help people, because it literally makes no sense for his net, like, he lost money going into politics. Well, a lot of politicians, our current prime minister, seem to make a lot of money outside of their salary while being in politics, and it seems very corrupt and not cool. And I actually just find it very sad that it was a 20-year-old. I'm not going to say his name ever because I don't want to. I don't want to give him any fame. And I think a lot of people, and more information will come out, I think the Secret Service should be ashamed of themselves. They really messed up as well. Like, it just seems very, like, I think the guy showed up on a bike, so it's like, well, where did that ladder come from? And I think it'll become very obvious. And like, they had, like, he had encrypted comms or something with someone else, and it's just like, it's going to become very obvious that he didn't act alone. And I think he got corrupted into doing this, and I don't know by what. I'm not going to say who or this or that, because I don't sound like a tinfoil hat maniac, but I do think it's sad that a 20-year-old was convinced to do. I don't think he did it on his own. I think someone convinced him to do it, and I think it is extremely sad, in that this is how this guy wanted to be known and lose his life this way. And it does, a part of me, no, it is just sad, like, because this young man, like, he wasn't popular, he got bullied, and I know a lot of people out there can know what it feels like to be alone, and then you hate the world, and maybe this is the thing he wants to be known as a fucking monster. Because a lot of those school shooters, or a lot of people that do heinous acts, they admit it in some sort of manifesto that they'd rather be known as some monster than known as a loser. And I hope this just unites America and unites people in North America better. And I don't, like, it's funny, people laugh at conspiracy theories and 10 years later they turn out to be true. And I just think, like, it's just weird. All the people that are making North America shitty seem to hate them. And you know what's funny? Everyone's commenting like, oh, his ear bandage was so big. It wasn't, considering a fucking bullet went through his ear bandage. And it's just nuts how every celebrity seems to have the exact same opinion. Like, oh, so bad, so bad. And they all just repeat the same shit. It's like they're being fed a script or something. And I like how in the last couple of years, celebrity worship has died down. No one gives a shit about celebrities anymore. They just don't. It's awesome. And this is coming from a guy, I still love movies and the art of storytelling. And I spent a lot of years of my life working in film. And I actually got very sick of how everyone just had the same opinion. And anyone that had a slightly different opinion was a monster. I remember a guy like basically almost got fired off a show for saying like, hey, I don't think everyone that voted Trump is racist. And he got like shunned on that show. For not even saying he supports him, but just saying, well, all of his supporters can't be that bad. That's how like crazy people can get in those group settings where everyone just agrees with each other. And that's fucking dangerous. And a lot of my friends, like, I'm pretty out there. I was in the beginning, and then I kind of slowed it down when it was like affecting me getting jobs in film. And now I'm in a different industry, and I'm pretty out there about like liking him. And there's people in my industry that don't, but it's not like, oh, we're gonna, like, actually I'm in a school right now, my teacher hates him, and it's just like, but they're not like gonna hate me for that. Because I think hating someone for their political view, like, people act like Trump is trying to restart the Third Reich, and that's insane. It's insane how he got like wiped off YouTube, wiped off all social media all at once. It's like no one thinks this is nuts. And I thought, like, it's like there was such an attack on freedom of speech, and it started to get like the pushback happened. And like, if you want my honest opinion, I feel like from 2012 to like 2020, there was just like the internet was like getting ruder and ruder and shitting on men and masculinity and making dudes feel bad for even being dudes. And it's like there was a pushback because of that. And I hope Trump a speedy recovery, and I've always looked up to him. And the fact that he raised his fist in defiance and screamed fight, like, and took the moment to do that, and he did that for his supporters. He did that to rev up his supporters, to show them that he's okay, and the crowd went nuts, and I love that. Don't mind my bad haircut. You guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.